Frank, thank you. Now to that accident down in Galveston where 3 people were injured when a driver slammed into a store.
It happened during the busy lunchtime rush at a place called Peak Nutrition on Central City Boulevard. That's where we find Local 2's Amanda Perez with more on the accident and the injuries. Amanda?
Well, yeah, take a look. Right now, crews are still working to secure the building. The driver drove through a brick wall and into the business there, and in all, 3 people were injured, including the store's manager. She told me she is just glad her injuries weren't more severe.
Because it was just boom, and then I saw smoke, and I thought, it's a bomb. And then all of a sudden, zoom, and I got to get out of here. And I went to move, and then I froze because the truck drove up right next to me.
Beth Ladeau says she was at the counter of Peak Nutrition when this truck came crashing into the business. She was treated at the ER for cuts and bruises, but it said at first the chaos left her in shock. The truck ended up just inches from the counter.
He was this far away from me in the truck, so if I'd been leaning over or, my angels were looking out for me today. That's all I can say. I'm very fortunate.
Ladeau says the man behind the wheel seemed to have more serious injuries and was rushed to the hospital. A customer in the store wasn't injured. By Wednesday afternoon, crews could be seen cleaning up the mess and trying to secure the business. All of this as Ladeau sat nearby, thankful she's alive. Now, the Galveston Police Department says the driver of the truck had a seizure causing him to drive into the business. They say he suffered several cuts, but his injuries aren't expected to be life-threatening. Another man who was inside the store was also taken to the hospital, suffering from cuts from the shattered glass. Reporting live in Galveston, I'm Amanda Perez, KPRC Local.
Now to a story developing right here in Houston, one that's making national headlines. Vice President Joe Biden says his son Beau had a successful procedure at MD Anderson Cancer Center after sources confirmed to NBC News that he has a mass on his brain, perhaps a tumor. Ryan Korsgaard is live at the Texas Medical Center with the very latest on this. Ryan?
Bill, we know that Beau Biden will head home soon. His dad was here at the hospital this afternoon. We're also told he had a lunch at Benji's in the Village today. Shortly after that, he released a statement. Let me show it to you. It says, yesterday our son Beau underwent a successful procedure. He is in great shape and is going to be discharged tomorrow and heading home to Delaware. He will follow up with his local physicians in the coming weeks. The vice president canceled, we know, 3 appearances tomorrow. That is so he could be by his son's side. The vice president will join the president at a rally on Friday. Beau Biden is going to head home soon. Local 2 medical expert Rachel McNeil takes a look at his treatment right here in Houston. Medical expert Rachel McNeil takes a look at his treatment right here in Houston.
Beau Biden looked healthy and happy in snapshots taken in the Rice Village area before he was admitted to MD Anderson Cancer Center for diagnostic tests. A spokesperson for the Delaware Attorney General said he had experienced weakness and disorientation last week while on a family trip. After consulting doctors in Chicago and Philadelphia, the 44-year-old was referred to MD Anderson, widely considered one of the world's top cancer centers. NBC News learned Beau Biden has a mass on his brain and is likely awaiting the results of extensive diagnostic tests, including a biopsy.
Our scans are so sensitive we can pick up a tumor that's 1 millimeter in size, 1/25th of an inch. So we have the technology to detect this, but of course you have to get to us and we have to have the chance to do the studies.
Doctors say Beau Biden is likely awaiting the results of extensive diagnostic tests, including a biopsy. Biden's medical history does include a mild stroke he suffered back in 2010.
I think that the entire nation is praying for a good outcome for the Biden family, and I think while it's very upsetting, concerning, it's fortunate that we're in 2013 with all this wonderful technology. The chances are he's going to do very well in the long run.
For now, his family, including the vice president, are by his side in the medical center. The vice president's office saying he does plan to stay in Houston until Wednesday. Reporting from the Med Center, I'm Rachel McNeil, KPRC Local 2.
2 families are homeless tonight after a raging fire jumped from one house to another. It happened this afternoon at the corner of Virginia and Palestine in the city of South Houston. A mother, her 5-year-old baby, and her brother-in-law inside the second home were able to escape just in time. Both homes were destroyed. Investigators are still trying to figure out how the fire started, but the good news is everyone's okay.
A search is
7-5 loss in Arlington last night. The Astros have no choice but to go out there and try again. And this one starts off a little bit better. Matt Dominguez cranks a home run in the second inning. That gives the Astros a 2-run lead. Jared Kozar with another good start, but he gives up this home run to Adrian Beltre in the 6th inning. Rangers win it 4-2.
It's not time to push that panic button yet, but the Texans, who are still waiting on Arian Foster and Ed Reed to practice, now may lose Antonio Smith for the season opener. Smith suspended for the final 2 preseason games and the opener in San Diego for ripping off Richie Incognito's helmet and then violently swinging at him. No contact was made Saturday, but the NFL won't tolerate that. Antonio says he is prepared to appeal. Chester Pitts knows about O-line, D-line battles. CP, what do you make of it?
He knew that when he committed the act that he could have a problem, but I don't think he thought it would roll into the season. He lost control. You can't have that happen. But in that same breath, I think that once they go back and look at the tape, that they will see that he was provoked, and hopefully they will adjust it back a week.
All right, we'll talk about this.